another Artifact Corner. Today we will be looking at an engraving from 1795. The engraving is done from a painting by the artist William Redmore Bigg. It's titled Sunday Morning, a Cottage Family Going to Church. It's a pastoral scene which appears to be a large extended family going to church. This painting is very typical of the neoclassical style of the late 18th and early 19th century. It emphasized more grounded, serious themes. It was an art movement that focused on everyday life and was in stark juxtaposition of the earlier Rococo movement that was seen as more playful and ornate. Let's learn a bit more about William Redmore Bigg. William was born in Felsted in Essex to William and Grace Bigg. Not much is known about his parents' lives or William's childhood. We do know, though, that at age 23, he enrolled in the Royal Academy schools in 1778, where he studied under the famous artist Edward Penny. Bigg's greatest delight was in painting children and pieces that depicted acts of charity. His first work in this genre to be exhibited in 1778 was Schoolboys Giving Charity to a Blind Man. A year later, he painted a similar work, a lady and her children relieving a distressed cottager. Apart from these, his Palmon and Lavinia, the shipwrecked sailor boy, and youths relieving a blind man were very well received, and all were engraved. His subject choice and execution place him with Wheatley and George Morland. Bigg produced many small portraits in oil and pastel, as well as rustic genre paintings. His genre paintings and portraits have great charm and were highly popular in his day, the best engravers being used to render his work. Bigg exhibited regularly at the Royal Academy and the British Institution. After having been an associate with the Royal Academy for many years, he was elected an R.A. in 1814. Membership of the Royal Academy is composed of up to 80 practicing artists, each elected by ballot of the General Assembly of the Royal Academy, and known individually as Royal Academicians or RAs. The Royal Academy is governed by these Royal Academicians. The 1768 Instrument of Foundation allowed the total membership of the Royal Academy to be 40 artists. Originally, engravers were completely excluded from the Academy, but at the beginning of 1769, the category of Associate Engraver was created. The number was very limited to 6, and unlike other associates, they could not be promoted to full academicians. Very little else is known about William's tenure as an RA or about his life in general. We were able to find his marriage certificate, which states that he married Martha Frost on January 10, 1784, at St. Mary the Virgin at the Wall, Colchester, Essex, England. But we have not been able to find out if they had children. William died in London on the 6th of February, 1828, at the age of 73. While much of William's life has been lost to the currents of history, it is quite amazing to think that an engraving of his portrait traveled across the Atlantic and made it from London to Plattsburgh, New York, where it has been hanging on the walls of our home for over 200 years. It is a lovely engraving, and we are so lucky to have it in our collections. Thanks so much for stopping by.